This is my tackle room, and for the past few years I've been collecting fishing gear. I still don't think I have enough baits. Okay, maybe I do have a couple. Alright, I admit I have more baits than I will ever use, but if you guys think I'm a tackle junkie, let me introduce you to Lojo. Y'all probably already know who he is. Do I even need to introduce him? Anyways, the other day he gave me a full tour of his tackle warehouse. Stay tuned and enjoy.
All right, man, so you've actually been on the podcast too. We had you on the podcast last night. That'll come out, of course, on my channel, the Fishing After Dark podcast. But so this is the set. I mean, I say basic podcast set, but it's custom. It's unique because I built it. So I built like the table. We custom did all the lighting. Obviously, of course, it's the daytime right now, so the lighting is kind of, it looks almost like too much lighting. But when you're in the YouTube biz, I like to say that, you understand that there's never too much lighting. You always got to have good lighting. So podcast set. This is my seat right here, of course, and then we've got old Badge. The beard and the badge is where Badge sits when it's just me and him. Of course, then we'll have a guest like we did with you, and we'll throw them in here. And yeah, podcast set. A lot of stuff, but I'm really proud of this. Of course, the flags right here too go along well with the podcast set, which is why they're hanging to be like a backdrop for the set. But of course, you know, Googan Squad, those are my people. Googan Baits, those are my baits. I mean, it's basically my life right now. It's Googan Squad, Googan Baits. Brings you right to the Blue Betty, the boat, which is just disgustingly dirty. This happened yesterday when we were all fishing. Pretty sure Badge pushed us off from the river boat ramp and then just got as much mud on his feet as he could. And then he just like did a giant jump and just bam, and just knocked all his feet off on the deck. So he knows I like to keep the deck kind of clean, so he goes out of his way to make it dirty. But a bunch of Googan rods on the deck. Anything could be tied on these things right now. I mean, just for example, we've got a filthy frog. This one's broken off probably because we lost it on the river. This one's broken off too, and this one's broken off. So that's a real true fisherman's boat right there. If you've actually been out fishing, you're gonna have rods that are all jacked up. Got the 150 Merc on the back. Of course, it's a low snare, 19.5C, little 19-footer. Love this boat. It's been my baby for almost the past year. Let's bring it around this way. I'm trying to decide which way to go. It's kind of tight this way. So we've got a giant rod storage that is holding one rod. So that's kind of, what can I say? All the rods are always on the boat. We've got this bait wall right here. Now, this is normally all the Catchco Googan Squad lures. So like all the hard baits, crank baits, topwater walking baits, buzz baits, spinner baits, click baits, line, everything. Now right now it's looking very bare. As I was explaining to Mr. Yen off camera, you know, this is all normally very organized in the winter time. You know, it's cold. There's not that much fishing going on, so I spend a lot of time organizing. But by late summer, which is where we are right now, I mean, everything's in the boat. Everything's scattered around. Everything's like on this table right here. Got some like Googan performance gear just randomly hanging up. It's probably like 2 or 3 weeks old, just disgusting. Rain gear. Now this bench, I actually built this bench too about 4 years ago when I first got into fishing and YouTube fishing. This thing has been in 3 different houses, man. I built this thing in my first house ever with my wife, then we moved and we've moved again. So I've brought this thing with me everywhere I've gone. Love this table, I'll never get rid of it. But this right here, dude, this is a freaking mess, man. Like you said on your TikTok earlier, I mean, fishermen are just, you're either extremely organized or you're just a mess. So I got nothing to hide. This is what my desk looks like a lot of the times. I mean, there's just, you know, there's just,
Corrado DC.
yeah, I know, they're all fricked up, random A-rigs that haven't been tied up yet. A chicken lamp, this is a red light chicken lamp from when I was raising my little baby chickens who are now grown up. But that brings us right to the Googan bait wall. So we got the hard bait wall over there and wire baits and stuff. And then we've got the soft bait wall over here. Of course, the soft baits is the only one that I throw, and that's Googan. Well, that's not true. I throw Googan Baits, and I throw some 10,000 fish, some Catchco stuff, but Googan Baits is by far my favorite. It's where I love to throw 99% of the time. And then you just got miscellaneous stuff. You got an old barrel feeder that I've never used. You got paddle boards that we've used and just hurt ourselves trying to use. You know, that's pretty much it, man. We got the other half of the building is a gym, which you guys don't care about that, you know, but half of it's an active gym. So me and my wife love to lift some weights, and it's a great way to blow off some steam if you're not fishing. But I don't know if you guys can tell, but we don't have air conditioning in here yet, so we got a nice little glisten of sweat. Yen is back there just dripping as he's filming this. But you know, I don't really know what else to say, man. It's a 50 by 80 building, pretty big, insulated, really nice. This was the biggest investment I made out here, you know, when I first bought this property. But I love it, man. This is a lot of stuff gets done here. A lot of rigging for fishing adventures with the boat. We've got the podcast set that we do every week. I mean, we've got a lot of things happen in this building, as you've seen over the last 2 days.
Oh,
How was that? What?
I wasn't recording.
No.
Just kidding.
I was about to say, dude. Woo! I was like, I couldn't do that again. Not that well.
All right, well, I know this was kind of a short video, but hopefully kind of just gave you an idea of what a YouTuber like Lojo has going on with all his fishing equipment. You know, most of us would kind of expect his stuff to be a little bit more organized, but I myself am guilty of just having my baits everywhere. It's totally unorganized. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, fish for the adventure.